Hey, how's it going, everybody? Earl here from the 14 Rings NFC East Podcast. I'm doing my Barbershop Talk with JT. I'm also JT. Hope everybody's having a blessed evening. Just come to do a part 2 of what took place from this recent episode where I discussed how the Joneses have been executing their contracts with their star players, where they would give the silver spoon to certain players while throwing other stars under the bus for no apparent reason. And what that brings today, I know everybody have heard the news, Cowboy Nation, that Micah Parsons, our star linebacker slash DN, has submitted his request to be traded. He's seeking a trade. Even though he has a year left in his deal, he's looking to be traded. And for that, I do understand under his perspective where the Cowboys have definitely been mistreating him. And I feel that is the reason of this submission to seek a trade. And dude is a generational talent. I'm not going to say otherwise. From his work ethic, from all that he's accomplished, and just to show up at camp, just hoping to get a new contract, just to try to free up some money to bring more pieces in. And the front office just really didn't take this serious at all. And what they do with their players, they have a tendency to throw them under the bus. They've spit on his name by signing Jake Ferguson, where him seeking a contract, but they just bypass him and go for a hurt guy and give him a big time contract where he didn't earn it. Now that I don't accept. And how they're throwing Diggs' name under the bus, Trayvon Diggs, I respect what you did. It's time now to shut them up. Go out there on the field and give it all you got. And Micah, I would want you to do the same as well. And no doubt in my mind, this is a business decision, and I understand it. I respect it. But also know that the Joneses, they respect tough guys. And when people go through that and fight for their money, they have a tendency to respect those. But those who run to get their money, they don't respect those guys. They want the tough guys and not the good guys. And for some reason, that's their mantra for the 30 plus years and so on. But I really want to call Cowboys Nation to those who agree with the Joneses. Why do you accept what is taking place with the situation with Micah, but also the players being thrown under the bus and not saying anything, not putting the Joneses' name to the fire? There's a hashtag where it says fire the GM Jerry. Throw in there, hashtag fire Stephen Jones as well. Technically, hashtag fire the Joneses in all. Cowboys Nation, you got to know what's right from wrong and what the Joneses have been doing, especially with this team, just really not getting us to where they need us to achieve and bringing another championship to Dallas. They've really just soured the moment, especially with those who are true Dallas Cowboy fans. I feel basically they have just stomped on all our motivation for this upcoming season. I had high hopes for this season, where Brian Schottenheimer has done a fantastic job just with the energy and everything, just trying to build the mantra of competition where everybody go out there and earn it. And the coaches and the players that are just jumping and being live with everything, with what they do. It's just, with this moment, it just really just takes away just the momentum that was going into this season. And now our star player is seeking a trade. A generational talent is seeking a trade. No doubt in my mind, I feel like this is a business move by Micah, where it plays under the Joneses game. But at the same time, there's a possibility he could be traded. And for that, I'm glad he's taking a stand on what the Joneses are doing. And that's one that they really should know that, wow, we really messed this up. You darn right you did. And for that, it's just, I'm still trying to take in everything that's going on with this. And it's not that I don't know, for some reason I'm just mellow with it, where I understand it's a business move and I believe a deal will get done. But it's just the silliness to just have it go to this point just to boost ratings. And that's what really ticks me off, is that you will bring your star player to that point, and for him to put in the work to be that leader that you said, from what Micah said last season, even after the loss to Green Bay 2 seasons ago. You want to use that as your hustle and try to get fans to be around that, of saying, oh, if they're not here, they're not a leader. You pretty much slam Diggs' name on that, but when he calls cap on it, you're ready to get him out of here. It just showed that Stephen Jones, you're speaking cap. And even when you're saying you were trying to bring more players in, that's cap as well. Joneses, y'all are just capping all over the place. And Cowboys Nation, those who are accepting this, I question y'all as really fans. I question y'all as Dallas Cowboy fans. The real Dallas Cowboy fans would rise, step up, and do whatever it takes to get the word out that you got to let Brian cook. You also got an 877 pay Micah now. I really hope at some point there's a situation that occurs where it's a hashtag fire the Joneses for real. Because it's time for these guys to get up out of office. It's going on 30 plus years and we haven't sniffed a championship game. Every other team has been there except us. There is a possibility we could still get to that point, but it's a lot of hard work. We got to win in spite of front office. I have a little bit of time. I want to touch base on just the positive side with just how practice is going. I want to give Brian Schottenheimer his flowers. I really believe that he's really trying to build that mantra of competition. And for that is everything that I would want this team to do. And I really haven't seen that in a couple of years. And I'm finally glad that they have a coach that is really keeping that and fighting against the front office of the we like our guys philosophy. It's competition all over the place, and that's what's needed for this team. But you need your star player out there practicing as well. Iron sharpens iron. And one of the most sharpest irons we have hasn't touched the field, but just pretty much been sitting on the sideline, chilling. Micah, I appreciate you, man. And you're working, you're fighting for your money. And I respect that. But I also want to let you know that Mulugeta, he might be the reason why you really haven't gotten your contract as well. And there might be a weird beef going on when it comes with front office and Mulugeta. But one thing I could tell you about the Joneses is that they see this whole thing of this organization as a video game. This is their controller. They're pretty much controlling the narrative on what takes place when it comes to the organization, and not fully taking it in as something, a full football team trying to achieve championships, setting a legacy, creating that. It just hurts, man. And it's just frustrating that the Joneses have led to this point. The Joneses have really just put a sour taste in everybody's mouth this offseason. As soon as that first presser came with the training camp and Jerry got behind the mic, I just had a feeling he was going to say something just crazy. And it just pretty much spewed into an aftermath. And Micah just hit the nuclear bomb with some seeking a trade. But Cowboys Nation, we can't lose the faith on just how the team has been doing in training camp. We all got to get behind Micah. Hashtag 877 pay Micah now. Tag at Dallas Cowboys as well. Get the word out. They need to know that Micah needs to be paid ASAP Rocky. And for that, Cowboys Nation, the real Cowboys Nation, we got to stand behind these players. We got to stand behind this team. And that's the only way that's going to get us to where it needs to go for this team, because the season hasn't even kicked off yet. Preseason game hasn't started yet. And all this crazy work is taking punt. Preseason hasn't started, and all this chaoticness has already started. Cowboys Nation, we just got to continue to steer the ship. Even though some may fall off, we just got to keep going with it. And we got to protect Brian Schottenheimer. We got to protect these players. We got to protect this team, the coaches as well. Because they have to win this in spite of front office and their antics. We got to protect Brian Schottenheimer at all costs with this fight, especially with the competition out there, because the Joneses would like to anoint the player before they even earn it. And that isn't the way. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude it with this. I just wanted to put out a little video dealing with the situation with Micah. I'll have a little more in the next episode when we go live for our channel with our 104 episode of the 14 Rings NFC East Podcast. But with that being said, I'm going to close out with this. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this content, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to hit that 1,000 mark and many more after that. You can follow us on our media and socials of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. All right, everybody. Take care. Blessings. Much love. DC for life, not for short. JT out.